going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we're doing the final part of my most wanted LEGO DC minifigures. There's a bunch of other minifigures that I won't talk about that of course are listed in the previous parts, and if you're looking for those, I'll try and link them in the description, but also they can be found on my YouTube channel, and I believe this is part 3 to the series, and this kind of counts down the final minifigures that I didn't get to include in the other parts. And the first minifigure that comes to mind is Mira from the Aquaman movie. I think Mira is one of the most uniquely designed, I guess, like in terms of like print-wise. It's very detailed minifigure from the Aquaman line of sets that we got, and it's definitely a unique character too, and it's the only iteration of the character that we've gotten in LEGO before, so it'd be cool to add her to the collection. And one of my favorites on this list is the classic Batsuit design of the Alfred minifigure from the LEGO Batman movie. I think this is just a really funny minifigure, and there's lots of cool print detailing, so it's just a very unique concept. And then the next minifigure on the list is just the generic version of Alfred that we see from the LEGO Batman movie. It's a very good design. I love the kind of like bald cap that we have here, and the bow tie is also a good touch too. The face prints are great, and I like the torso prints as well. And then next up, I feel like the LEGO Batman movie definitely gave us a lot of really good characters, and one of these is of course Aaron Cash. Now, I really like this just because of the Arkham Asylum games, as I feel like he's a big part of those video games, so it's cool to kind of have a character from those in LEGO, as there really aren't that many. And then next up on the list is the Commissioner Gordon from, I believe it is 2019, who came in that one set with Shazam and the Riddler, and this is probably one of the better versions of the Commissioner that we've gotten in LEGO, but also pretty expensive. And then of course getting more expensive, we have the Vixen minifigure, who is of course a Comic-Con exclusive, so one that I probably will never have in the LEGO collection, but still a really cool character to be translated into LEGO, and I think they did a good job with it, though definitely not one of my favorite Comic-Con releases. Really cool minifigure nonetheless. And then next up is Black Manta, specifically the design from the 2019 Aquaman movie. I really like how menacing this figure looks. I really wish there was leg printing, but it's not really necessary for this minifigure, though. It just would have been nice as an extra layer of detail, and I think they replicate the look from the movie very well. And then next up on the list is one of the lesser known kind of Batman villains. It is Bronze Tiger from his Rebirth appearance, and I think this minifigure definitely could have used some leg printing, but apart from that, it's a very unique character and one that we have never gotten in LEGO before, so I'm really happy with this minifigure, and I definitely want to add it to the collection. And then next up, a more cheap minifigure is the Cosmic Boy figure, and this one's really cool because the print detailing is really nice, but he also does have the nice leg printing, and then you do get these nice little translucent disc pieces included with the minifigure, which I think add a lot of detail to it. And then next up, another minifigure from the LEGO Batman movie is the Dr. Quinzel minifigure. This is probably the best one that we've gotten in LEGO before. I love the face print as well as all of the detailing on the torso and the legs. And next up, we have the Man of Steel version of General Zod, more specifically the one with the helmet, as I do have the other one. I just think the helmet's a really unique LEGO piece, so I'd love to have it in the collection, and I think it sets it apart from the other versions of Zod that we have gotten. And then next up, our only big fig on the list is Gorilla Grodd. I've been meaning to get my hands on Gorilla Grodd for a long time now, but he's just so expensive, around the $20 to $30 mark, and it's got some great print detailing on him too. And then next up, we have El Dorado from the LEGO Batman movie. I don't know too much about his character, but I do think they did a really good job detailing him, and he was briefly in the LEGO Batman movie, so I really like the character and the design of it. And then another Man of Steel character is of course the Jor-El polybag. I've got the one for the LEGO Batman movie, but not this one, and I do kind of prefer this one a bit more just because it's a bit more detailed, and I like the torso printing and the face print. And then next up is Lightning Lad. I actually don't know who this character is, but I really like the arm printing as well as the torso and leg prints, and I think the face prints are especially where this minifigure shines too. And he came out in one of those like kind of discontinued like Target cubes that has like the 4 minifigures inside of it. And then next up is the most recent iteration of Two-Face that we got in LEGO, and he's actually seen in the LEGO DC Supervillains video game. And while this Two-Face isn't my favorite design, it's definitely a really unique one compared to the others, so I'd love to have it in the collection. And then next up is probably the most unique version of Nightwing that we have gotten in LEGO. It's the one from the LEGO Batman movie. This guy only appeared in the Joker Manor set, so he's really expensive, but I really like how dramatically long the cape is, and I just think it's a very unique design of the character that we've seen as opposed to some of the other LEGO minifigure versions of him. And then next up is the Parademon. I kind of went with both designs of the Parademon for this list because I kind of want both, but like they're similar enough where I didn't really want to constitute them being different inclusions on this list, and for cheap minifigures, I think they did a really good job detailing them. And the next up is probably the most expensive minifigure on this list. It is the Zebra Batman Comic-Con exclusive minifigure. Very unique design here, and probably a minifigure I'll never have, but I think the big highlights here are definitely the printing on the cowl, and also the cape I think is really fun too, how it's got the stripes printed on there too, as we don't really see cape printing too much in LEGO minifigures. And the final minifigure on this list is a fairly recent LEGO DC release. It's the Val Zod Superman that came in the character encyclopedia. I feel like this one really came out of left field, and I wasn't really expecting LEGO to make a minifigure of him, but I think they did a really good job designing him, and I really want to add him to the collection. I might just buy the book instead of the minifigure, seeing as the price is a lot cheaper if you do it that way. But that's the end of my most wanted LEGO DC minifigures list. I went through a lot of minifigures in this series, and hopefully over the next couple of months I'll add a few to my collection, but maybe not, we'll see, I guess. So definitely let me know what you thought of my list. Be sure to check out the other parts down in the description where I go through even more minifigures. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new around here, but that's all for today. Peace out.